Hello everybody, quick review on the Rural King RK24 tractor. I've seen a lot of videos online about these tractors. That's why we got one, because we like it and it's suited perfect for the work we do around here and the work that I do out in the community. But if you're not familiar with the RK24, I'll tell you a little bit about it and then a little bit about some things that you're not going to hear. And it's not anything bad, it's just things you need to know. It has a Yanmar engine in it, 3-cylinder, it's 24-25 horsepower, hydrostatic transmission. If you're not familiar with a hydrostatic transmission, like me, I've never run one before in my life, you don't have a gear shift. You've got two pedals, forward and reverse, and a brake pedal, and that's how you go with it. To choose your range or speed, high range, low range. Low range is what you're going to want the transmission in when you're working with a loader or the grapple. High range if you're just transporting around or boogieing across the yard, whatever you're going to do. If you're going to boogie across the yard, wear your seatbelt or you'll get thrown off, like I almost did. And it has a seat belt. But anyway, high and low range, and don't make the mistake that I made. Like I said, I'm new to hydrostatic transmissions, and when I first got it and I started working with it, with the bucket, I was trying to move some dirt, and I thought, that thing don't have any power at all. What have I done to myself and my bank account? And then I realized I was in the high range. Put it down in low range, and this little thing like to have walked off without me. Very powerful little tractor. It's also a 4-wheel drive, and if you really want some push, you put it in 4-wheel drive and put it in low range, and you will move a lot of material. Step up here to the front real quick. We got the loader and a grapple. Now if you're going to get a grapple, you're going to have this third function kit installed, and that's going to run you close to 900 bucks. So don't be surprised when they tell you it's going to cost you up to 900 bucks, and they'll install that at the dealer, or it may come with it. I don't know. When I got my tractor, it was on there. But anyway, it cost upwards of 900 bucks. And the grapple, it's not on here now, of course, but it's a pretty good little tool. I don't know how I live without one of those. We got the backhoe. And don't judge me on how I tie down the tractor. I've been working on it all day and I was ready to get home. And somebody's going to say, yeah, but, well, it is what it is. And it's home, and it didn't blow off the trailer, and it didn't flip over. And here we are, safe and sound. But anyway, the backhoe, you see it's got BH 6.5, I guess that's backhoe, 6.5 foot depth. That's how far down it will dig. The thumb on here, mechanical thumb, it's not hydraulically operated, but it's mechanical thumb, comes standard on the tractor, which you don't see that a lot on tractors. Something else that's standard on these RK24 tractors is this rear hydraulic outlet for, let's just say you got a hydraulic dump bed or something like that, you can run it off the rear hydraulic line. I took the backhoe off yesterday for the first time ever. Very easy, and I'll post a video on how to do that. I mean, it's easier than I thought it would be. Putting it back on, that's a different story. But I mean, it went back on because there it is. A couple of things that I wish they would have changed on this, or have added to it, or whatever. On the backhoe, and let me move around to the other side. Hold on just a second. All right, right here on the backhoe, you've got this small step right here. Now that's all well and fine for getting up on the backhoe, but when you go to get off, you're gonna have a hard time finding that little thing. So RK folks, take a hint from John Deere. They mounted their step up on the outrigger, and you'll see it every time you get ready to hop on and hop off. If you get the backhoe, you'll get a different type seat mount. And if you look up under here, you can tell it's got that swing arm right there. There's a little lock. You just lift the seat up, unlock it, spin it around and drop it down, and there's your seat to operate the backhoe. Pretty comfortable, pretty comfortable. If you want to take the loader off, bucket comes with a stand, and all you got to do is pull the pins out, disconnect the hydraulics, good to go. A couple of things that this tractor comes with that I thought was pretty neat. Of course, I've been running a 1947 John Deere Model M, so a good seat's nice for me. A little bit about the dash. You get turn signals, horn, high and low beam headlights, four-way flashers, a fuel gauge. The fuel gauge on my John Deere is open the top and look down in it, or stick a stick down in it and see how much fuel you got. Power takeoff switch right here. Now, right here you've got the power takeoff selector. Now the RK24's got a power takeoff on the rear, and it's got one mid mount in case you get the drive across lawnmower deck. Now you can operate it the mid PTO, mid and rear PTO, or just rear PTO. But you select which one you want. Let's just say you want to operate the rear one, push it back to rear, and then you switch this on and you're good to go. Now this tractor also has an auto throttle. I wasn't that familiar with those, but the gist of that is the harder you push down the go pedal, the faster you're going to go. You also have a hand throttle right here. Now you don't even need to mess with that if you're doing front end work. Now if you're working the backhoe or you're bush hogging using your rear implements, then you'll want to utilize your hand throttle. Oh, and part of the third function, you get this nifty little button right here to operate the grapple, and I'll show you how that works in the next video. And again, don't judge my tie down straps. They're rated for what the tractor weighs, which isn't a whole lot, and it holds it in place. Very good little tractor. I've been working it a good bit. Got some more work to do with it. It's a small tractor, and a lot of people like a small tractor in their yard. Option we took on this one, we got the industrial tires instead of the turf tires, which I thought would be a little too weak for, you know, bush hogging. Some of the places I bush hog didn't want the agricultural tires because they really tear up a yard. These do real good. The loader buckets on the new RK24s have the skid steer attachments, if you're familiar with those. Hold on, we're going to climb back up in the trailer. To disconnect the bucket, you just unlock it on both sides, drop your loader arm back out from under the bucket, and then when you get ready to hook up to the grapple, just reverse that. Hang on, we're backing off the trailer and I'm wearing flip-flops and I don't want to flop. But anyway, that's it, the RK24 tractor. Nice little tractor. Oh, one more thing. I'm always seeing one more thing. Right here, I really scuffed up the paint or powder coat, whatever that is, when I let down the rollover protection system. When I got the tractor, it was already in an upright position, and I got home with it and I tried to lower it down, and it took both arms and my wife to pull that thing down, and it really skinned it up. What I should have done before I lowered it was loosen these bolts first. So if you get one, loosen your bolts, you won't skin your paint up too bad. Let's see, what else? Anything? Oh, cruise control. Got a cruise control on it. The exhaust is down here. You may think that ain't that big of a deal until you need to raise the hood after you've been running it. The locks, these are just friction locks right here for the front grille. You need to loosen them, push the grill forward, and then you can pop the hood open. If you've been running the tractor for a while, that exhaust blows right on that friction lock, so beware and don't be burned. All of your grease fittings very easy to get to. Very easy to get to. Even on the backhoe, they're all very easy to get to. Little Zerk fittings, get to every one of them you need to. Like I said, it's a very nice little tractor. It doesn't have the power of some tractors that I've run, and I've got a Yanmar 2210D tractor. That is a hoss right there. This one will keep up with it. It'll do good. I hadn't bush hogged with it yet, but I'm gonna try that out. Everybody says use a bush hog, probably about a 4-foot bush hog on it. Some folks say, well, I've run a 6-foot bush hog on mine. Didn't have any problem. I've got a 4 or 5-foot one. It's heavy. I think it was made in a German tank factory back in World War II. But we're gonna try it out on this tractor and see how it does. But anyway, that's a short review, the RK24 tractor. And if you want to know the price on it, I'll go ahead and tell you. We paid for the tractor, the loader, the bucket, the grapple, the backhoe, everything was around $22,000, I think. So it's not a bad price. Rural King's got some good prices on their equipment. They make a tractor of one size smaller than this, the RK19, and then it goes up, I think, to the 32, 35, the 55, the 70 something. Anyway, pretty good tractors for the money. It does everything I've asked it to do, but always remember, every machine has its limitations. It'll do what you ask it to do until it just says I can't do no more. But this one's done everything I've asked it to do. Very happy with it. And I'll post a couple of videos on how to take the backhoe off, and a lot of folks, you can't find videos with RK with a grapple on it with anybody using it. I've seen them people showing it off, but you know that don't do me no good. I want to see how it works. But I'll post a video on changing out the bucket to the grapple, using the grapple, and taking the backhoe off and putting the backhoe back on. Anyway, hope you liked it. RK24 by Rural King, I think TMYTYM, one of those places they build it. Good tractor for the money. Ice cream maker didn't come with a tractor.